Well, let me start with some of the messages I received early this morning. A former attorney general reached out to me and pleaded with me not to wrestle with a pig. He advised I should not wrestle with it. So I will set the record straight. So I'm not here to wrestle with someone who is absolutely shameless, who does not care about anything in this world other than his alcohol. What we witnessed on television last Friday was the height of recklessness and irresponsibility on the part of someone employed by the federal government of Nigeria to look after the interests of every Nigerian and not just that of his cronies, whether in PDP or in APC. It went beyond normal. And so, to answer your question frontally, I was a media consultant to Nyesom Wike around 2022, and you have the video there. I had interviewed Mazi Nnamdi on this very table. And thereafter, some people reached out to me that I should give Wike a right of reply because Mazi Nnamdi blasted him heavily that day. And of course, as a responsible journalist, I accepted to speak to him. He was very excited, and during the interview, he reached out directly, you have the video, that I should bring the Ovation team for 2 weeks. He said it with his own mouth. We didn't beg him. My job is my job. I don't ever joke with my job, and I respect whosoever is a client. Wike at that stage was still a bit normal. Tonight, if you read Wole Soyinka's Jiro's Metamorphosis, that's what has happened to Wike. Wike started from the spirit, the demonic spirit of power. You know, when a man who has been a nobody gets power, he begins to change slowly and steadily. I don't know if you've read the book by the Brazilian author Paulo Freire, Pedagogy of the Oppressed. The oppressed man respects only one man, his oppressor. Wike used to respect Rotimi Amaechi. And Rotimi Amaechi had been my friend from the time he was Speaker of the River State House of Assembly. On one occasion, when they had their parliamentary conference in Accra, Ghana, Rotimi Amaechi led our parliamentarians to my house in Accra, including the former governor of Absina, Aminu Mafari. They all ate in my house. In fact, Mafari told me that was the first time he would enjoy eba and okra. I never went on air to disparage them that okra fell on their garments. But that is Wike. So, after that, what happened was Wike got power. He became chairman of Phobia for local government. And that was when his metamorphosis started. Of course, after power in Nigeria comes the spirit of money. Also very demonic if you don't know how to manage it well. So Wike started making small money. He pretended to be supporting his boss, Rotimi Amaechi. And then, thereafter, he had enough money to drink his choice alcohol from Akpeteshi, otherwise known as Gogoro. He started drinking the most expensive alcohol. I went into Google before this interview to check if there is any similarity or correlation between alcohol and drugs. And I got the confirmation I needed. That in fact, alcohol and drugs are one and the same. They perform the same effect in the drinker and the drunkard. So what I saw on display last Friday on your show showed a man who was absolutely soaked in esoteric spirits. A man who was on a different planet. He was no longer on our planet. Yes, 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 I said it, yes. My appeal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is that no matter what you are expecting to gain from Wike in 2027, Wike is not the kind of character you should promote. He's not the kind of young man who should hijack our common patrimony. So, as I said, he brought us into Port Harcourt. He took us everywhere. You can see, he even gave me his Mercedes, his Maybach, his everything. I could do no wrong. When he could not face Nnamdi Kanu's guys in, Oyigbo. If you know, I was the one who went in there as a journalist to talk to the people live. You can see him. He took me personally around the hospital he was building in the State House. I wish we had the voice. Then you would have seen the way he was introducing me, the great journalist, the great this, the great that. That's Wike for you. When Wike needs you, when Wike needed Dr. Odili, he was very meek. When he needed the impatient Jonathan, he was very meek. If Wike needs you, he will do anything in this life. You can see me sitting down in front of him. That is his car. He told them to remove the flag. That was his official car. I appreciated him for it because he was telling me how he used to watch me and his boss, Amici, in those days, flying helicopter. And I think the only time I flew an helicopter in Rivers was when we went for the funeral of then Vice President Goodluck Jonathan in Otuoke. So we had to take an helicopter to go there, Wale Babalaki, I think Iyabo Obasanjo was on that flight with us. So he's been watching us for a long time. And sometimes, again, referring to pedagogy of the oppressed man, according to Paulo Freire, has only one dream in life, to become an oppressor. So when an oppressed man becomes an oppressor, he will go all out.
Yeah. So,
let me finish that. He will go act worse than his former oppressor. Yes.
Yeah, Chief Dele Momodu, you appear partially, of course, from Mr. Nyesom Wike. At what point did you fall out with him? What went wrong? Because you explained your history, which is part of your...
Mr. Nyesom Wike benefited immensely from my talents and from the pedigree of the Ovation Media Group. We touched him up. They say sometimes you can take a man out of the bush, but you cannot take the bush out of the man. We worked on Wike and he was happy. Every morning, when I'm in Port Harcourt, he would ask me to come to his house. We will make sure he dressed up very properly. We make sure that even we did a bit of speech therapy, telling him how to speak to people. But he had one major problem. That major problem was too much alcohol, which when he takes it, and he takes it as early as possible in the morning. I've never tasted gin and tonic in my life. He introduced me to it, that it's a very good drink and everything. I'm surprised he wasn't talking about all those drinks. He was talking about only food. So what then happened was that at some stage, I realized that he had presidential ambition.
Voila. But this one a long episode. Wike don't collect. Now so they give others. They don't say don't give you bagus. Abati yesterday give you. He give you hot. Boza. Now you give to Dele Momodu. Now Dele Momodu don't give you double. You see, this is Wike for you. Politics. This is politics. There's no permanent friends in politics. There's no permanent enemies in politics. Imagine, oh boy, this country get money, especially River. Now that one a block. $30,000 to buy delegates, and you are to buy how many? Over 700 delegates with $30K. Do you know how much is that? Just for him to get the presidential ticket. The money for campaign never come. Money to bribe other people, to other state governors at that time to rig election for them. If I never did here, Wike na block. Now you know Wike he said now yeah way. You see story? No Dele Momodu they tell you about Wike, so Wike no care, no send anybody. As Wike dey now, now just Wike. All these people where you say because of actually emotionally get workers who they work for them. Majority say see hate now, but they don't have choice. Wike, this is who Wike is. If you listen to that, actually watch the video, that interview, you know what Dele Momodu is saying. Anyways, I've told you before, politics. The day you join politics, they will tell you the name of your mercy where you never know before. They will tell you everything. Now in this one now they tell you. You don't hear this one since. We never know. Except people when they did there that day when all this story happened. More are coming. Election series never start. More are coming. Anyways, what do you think? Share this video and please follow for more.